sulfuric acid. This would firstly dissolve the skin tissue and organs, then eventually dissolve bones and teeth. Sometimes
what the y'all gonna trip when y'all see this.
Christian Palma Gutierrez had the world at his feet. His rap career was just starting to take off, but he needed a little side hustle to keep his music career moving. And his side gig involved dissolving bodies in acid for a local cartel. With these actions,
what? Bro, how? All right. So with rappers, right? We all know some rappers got 9 to 5. You feel me? The ones on the come up, they got a regular 9 to 5, or they sell on the side. Do little. You feel me? Street farms and stuff. Get what I'm saying? This dude dissolved bodies, bro. Bodies, dummy, like bodies for what? Oh man, for $160.
Christian Palma Gutierrez has been rapping since his teens, and as he grew into his 20s, showed a lot of promise. He amassed 125,000 YouTube subscribers and had 2 separate Facebook pages with a combined 140,000 followers. He was also scheduled to perform at a music festival in April 2018. He rapped about drugs and violence with one song named Death Has No Schedule. He portrayed the typical image of a gangster rapper who drove fast cars and motorcycles around poor neighborhoods. Through his YouTube channel, he made $155 to $310 per month, and at 24 years of age, Gutierrez now had a wife and children.
How much is that worth, bro?
His producer
in Mexico
said he had dreams of growing, of making a living from this, so his parents didn't have to struggle anymore, so his family could get ahead. But this video showed a gruesome side to him, which the people who worked with him and his fans thought was fictional. One video showed footage of a bloodied man on the ground with his hands tied. His producer explained, in Opa's case, regarding the video of the tied-up man, it was symbolic, saying he was killing them with his music. In another one of his songs,
he was killing their ass for real, bro. Ain't no
rest in peace, so they are tormented in darkness, but they'll like it. Although the rap career was on the rise, it wasn't paying the bills.
Joining a
cartel.
cartel.
Gutierrez needed an extra job to keep his music career going. A man named El Cochi got in touch and offered him a job at a mechanical workshop where he earned between $80 and $100 per week. He was also spoken to about
why don't you do that? It says you dissolve bodies for $160. At least you got some legal work. You feel me? Like, don't dissolve making motherfuckers into slurries, bro. Like.
Have to carry out.
Oh gosh, yo!
I working for the Jalisco
Cartel shit I stay out of, bro.
Formed in 2010, this cartel branched off from the Sinaloa cartel to start its own racket, and because they went out on their own, they also waged war with any cartel.
Oh, he part of this.
Stop them. This cartel made headlines.
He part of the CJ engine
for a series of attacks on security forces and public officials.
The latest cartel target: Mexico's military. The Jalisco New Generation Cartel took the fight to the next level, shooting down a military helicopter with a rocket-propelled grenade.
It would be sooner rather than later that he got caught up in their deadly workings. Hometown of Guillermo del Toro, who had recently won Best Picture at the
shout out to my supporter, bro. Shout out to all y'all, bro. I appreciate y'all, you feel me, for watching the video. You know what I mean? Stick around. You know, I got a lot of content coming out, bro. Changing up how I'm doing things. Just stick around. That's all I'm saying. Let's get back to the video.
2018 Academy Awards for The Shape of You. To have such a positive and uplifting international story about someone from Mexico, film students Daniel, Salomon, and Marco went to work on a school film project. They decided to film at a property owned by an aunt of one of the students. Little did they know, they were filming at a hangout spot for the Nueva Plaza gang, and the Jalisco Cartel had their eyes peeled on this spot for possible members to attack. They were simply in the wrong place
they got caught
at the wrong time. Suddenly, the students were approached
wrong
by
place, wrong time, bro.
Holding guns, who forced them into a car. But they soon realized that these police uniforms were merely a front. It was the Jalisco Cartel.
Shit, bro,
they were kidnapping
they be everywhere, bro.
Plaza gang. The fact that they were innocently filming in this location wasn't believed, and even if they were members, this would have been the perfect excuse for them to use. They began beating them, and these beatings took such a toll that one of them died. The other 2 were now witnesses to their murder, so
it comes to a point. A lot of them just want to do this shit for fun, bro. I'm not even lying to you, because there's no way. I mean, You can't get out of that situation. Once you caught up in there with the cartel, they not gonna let you go. You feel me? Like they ain't gonna really let you go. So it's only one way out.
That night,
that's why I stay, bro. I don't.
Gutierrez received an urgent call on
don't
his
want
phone.
no smoke with none of them, bro.
And they made reference to pozole, a famous Mexican soup. Gutierrez knew that it would be a different type of soup he would be working on. He told his wife that he was urgently needed at the mechanic workshop and got an Uber ride over. When he arrived, there was a water tank and 3 lifeless bodies. They were tossed into an acid bath head first. The tank was full of hot sulfuric acid. This would firstly dissolve the skin tissue and organs, then eventually dissolve bones and teeth. Sometimes the bath needed to be stirred too, which would speed up the process. But this process takes quite a long time. In fact, Gutierrez left the bodies on the tank to dissolve by themselves and arrived 2 days later to see if it had done its job. If there were any traces of the bodies left, the remaining fluid would go into a drain, and any sludge would be dumped in a nearby field. It was an incredibly gruesome job. Gutierrez, meanwhile, was making $160 for this. The disappearance caused outrage across the country. 30,000 people went missing due to the country's ongoing drug wars, and 3 more had just been added to this figure. And behind those figures were loved ones taken from their families and lives ruined forever. 3 days after their disappearance, students from their college held a protest and urged the authorities to find them before it was too late. We're students, not criminals, too late, they shouted. Will I be next? In solidarity with their message, the staff from the university staged a walkout protest the next day. While all of this was happening, Gutierrez was at home watching the coverage of it on TV. In his testimony, he said, quote, I started watching the news to see what happened, and I saw that 3 students had disappeared, that they had kidnapped them. And the moment that they showed the photos of the missing, I realized that it dealt with the 3 cadavers that I helped Pozolier. It took only a few days for him to get caught and arrested, and the guilt and anguish was building up inside of him so much that he came clean.
He turned himself in. Because, bro, they'd have never knew. If he ain't say nothing, they'd have never knew he did that. They'd have never knew. Bro, you heard what they said, bro. That acid break down organs, tissue, bones, and teeth. You just left with a sludge.
He was also involved with 3 other murders. The reason why he did these despicable deeds is the most difficult part to understand. He was only making $160 a week from this gig, which was hardly a king's ransom. If
that's what I'm saying.
Enough to disregard the lives of other people, why was he still willing to jeopardize his rap career? He cooperated with the police, so now he has been deemed a snitch and could be killed by cartel members from inside the prison. He was now an enemy of the cartel, but at least behind these prison walls, he was relatively safe. Gutierrez would...
And it ain't just his cartel he gotta watch out for too. It's the other ones. Cause bro, none of them like rats, bro. That cartel might pay another cartel to go do the hit, since they in the same part he in.
Face being made into a soup of acid like the film students. The trial is still ongoing and is believed to be taken to the Supreme Court. In another twist, the property they went to film at was allegedly a beauty shop owned by an aunt of one of the students. However, the aunt also allowed the cartel to use this property as a brothel too. She obviously had no idea that these ties would end up killing her own nephew.
Damn.
The reaction of this entire ordeal was met with a sense of shock, but many have argued that given his violent lyrics and videos, we should have seen this coming. Luis Cardenas wrote in a column in the newspaper El Universal, for 2 years, Omar screamed in his songs that something was very wrong, and millions saw that, and none of us did anything at all. Now, 3 young people are dead, and 1 life is ruined. Some also looked at the broader issues at hand. Luis Gonzalez Perez, the head of the country's Human Rights Commission, said, quote, what we have to do is to stop this climate of violence, because there's the risk that if there are no jobs, no education, if the young people don't have recreational opportunities, well, the drug cartels are going to recruit them. The young film students had their whole lives ahead of them, and the film that they were going to bring into the world never got made.
Just wandering around, bro. The cartel gonna pick you up.
Gutierrez showed as a rapper too, but the sight of 3 aspirational young people having their lives taken away from them even tugged on the heartstrings of Guillermo Garcia, who tweeted, quote, 3 students were killed and dissolved in acid.
That's crazy.
Why is unthinkable.
Bro did all that for $160, bro. $160. He was an upcoming rap star. Like I said, rap stars, bro, they don't just be having, you feel me? Their side job ain't dissolving people, bro. They inside y'all. You working a 9 to 5. Street pharmacists. Like, bro, like, that's it, bro. I'm gonna get at y'all the next one, bro. Y'all be safe, be careful. Like I said, if you love the videos, you feel me? Stick around. You know, I'll be here. Hit the subscribe button, the like button, comment, you feel me? Yeah, that's wow.